Hi guys, it's Sherry from Country Fried Homestead. We're going to be getting some bees pretty soon, and we've seen some videos on how to make a swarm box. Well, I looked on YouTube and I watched a few videos and they were extremely long, and then they didn't really give all the measurements. So I went ahead and made my own. I started basically with what they said to do, and then I found a few things a little different, and I just want to fill you in. If you've never made a swarm box before, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, all I did, I watched the video and I found we needed a 1x8 by 8, just untreated. Everything needs to be untreated because that's what the bees will go into. So get you a 1x8 by 8. And what you'll do with this is you will cut 2 pieces at 15 inches long and 1 piece at 18 inches long. And what that will do, that will be the base of your swarm box, and then you'll have 2 sides. So that's the start of it. And then from there, we'll move on to the box itself. The box itself, you need 2 pieces of plywood, again, untreated. I used 1/2 inch thick, 15-30 seconds, I think is what the technical number is for it. You can use 3/8, it would probably work just fine, but I happen to have this, so that's what I used. So I have a piece of this, which is 19.5 by 16. 19.5 long by 16 tall. And what that does is it makes your frames sit inside your box perfectly by making 2 cuts of the 19.5 by 16. So that will make this work well. And then you have some scrap pieces. This is just a little scrap of plywood that I had. It's about 1 inch wide. It was just a piece I had, and I cut it to fit the end and used it. So that way, when you close your trap up, it will be completely closed by putting these little side sections on. So those I didn't even measure. Okay, let's see. That is pretty much everything we need for the box in itself. Now for the lid I had a little bit of a time making it because they said to cut the lid the same size as the top of the box, and then you just put your 1x2s that you cut to fit, and it did not fit for me. It was just a little too tight. So I'm going to show you what I did there for mine. Okay guys, once I got the body done, what I did was made the top, and I used the same thickness of plywood, a 1/2 inch sheet, and I did an 8 3/8 inch cut widthwise, 20 3/4 inch lengthwise. And then on the sides, I just used 1x2s. Those were 20 3/4 inches long. And then the top ones on each end was 9 7/8. That's what ended up working for me. It goes and fits on the box real nicely. There is just enough wiggle room. But I'm gonna be putting a strap over the top of this, probably just a motorcycle strap or a ratchet strap, either way, so I can make sure that it's cinched down and I don't have to worry about it opening or anything if I do catch a swarm. So I just wanted to pass this information along. I also used 1 1/4 inch brad nails. I have found brad nailer to be my best friend. I don't have to hammer and nail anything. It works great. And let's see, other than that, I used a little bit of wood glue. I used some wood glue on the joints, and I just did that for extra help, extra protection. I will go ahead and paint the outside of this box. And the final thing I wanted to let you know is whether you put your swarm hole here in the middle or on the end, I don't think that really matters, as long as it's 2 inches up off the bottom, and that way your bees will have no problem going in. There's a nice little space below all the frames. It's about 6 inches tall, I'd say, somewhere in that area, 5 to 6 inches tall. So the bottom of the box, they can get organized to decide where they want to go in the frames. And apparently that's a good thing to have. So anyway, I hope that you guys make one of these. I hope that this has helped you, and I hope these measurements all work for you. They worked for me. I think they should work for you. I'm going to put a little Swarm Commander in here and see what happens. If not, they say lemon oil, I forgot the exact name of it. Lemongrass oil, I think, is what some people use, and other people use Swarm Commander. I happen to have both. I'll probably put a little dot of the lemongrass and then spray the Swarm Commander in there. So I hope you make this. I hope it works for you. And the only other thing I can think to tell you is to make sure that on the inside of this, that you don't have anything that would stick or poke any bee or queen, especially, because they say they won't move into the swarm box if you have anything that'll poke, that could possibly poke the queen, and we don't want to have her die for no reason. But anyway, I just wanted to throw this out there, put it on here for you, because I feel like, guys, when I got done, I forgot to mention, when you put the bottom piece on, the 18-inch piece of 1x8, you will have the 18-inch piece on the bottom, and then the 15-inch that goes on the side, it will attach to the outside of that board. As you can see here, how it butts together. It's very simple, but I forgot to mention that, and that is a big deal. You want to make sure it's the right size in the end. Another thing I wanted to mention too, I measured up my 2 inches, and I put a 1-inch hole. I used a paddle bit on my drill, and I put a 1-inch hole here for the bees to go in. There's plenty of room in here. They got about 5 inches or so at least of space where they can get organized and go up into the 5 frames. This will hold 5 deep frames. So yeah, you'll be set and ready to go. Put this in your woods, little Swarm Commander in there, and now you're talking. Have a great day.